out there. I want to thank you, Curtis. That was the most beautiful rendition of that song, and that made me cry. That was beautiful, right? I can't say how happy we are to have this beautiful man in our family, Todd. We love him so much. And I want to thank you, Sheila and Kevin, for raising these two beautiful children, because you did such a fabulous job. Thank you. He is such a beautiful man, and I'm so glad that Victoria found him. And I'm so glad when you moved to Edmonton, you didn't take him with you. And she would never have met him at the, what was it, Boston Pizza? Right? And I'm going to leave it at that. I want to commend both of you for raising this beautiful man, and we love him, and we're so happy to have him in our family. And that's where Elizabeth's going to come in. Here's Elizabeth. This is Elizabeth.
So I'm also gonna cry.
Just do better than I did and you'll be alright.
Again, thank you, Todd and Todd's family. This is a beautiful, beautiful day. So I thought I'd tell you, try and do like a little life story of Todd and Victoria's first date. So Todd's shy, some of you guys know, and Victoria's a little outgoing. So Victoria thought she'd wait for Todd to ask for it. And it just never happened. So she just said to me, I'm just going to have to ask him out. I'm just going to have to go for it. So she went for it. She asked him out. And Todd's all like, yes, no problem. We'll all go out in a group. No problem. So Victoria says to me, I think he thinks it's a group date. Would you go with us, please? Come with us. Sure. So Todd, you got the peanut butter and jelly? It's close to being peanut butter jelly and cheese whiz. Because Victoria can be a little extreme, and she's my most extreme, and I love her. And you know how to handle that, and there's no one else I know that knows how to handle it. So thank you. Share this with me for the rest of my life. And thank you for being my new brother. I love you.
Prepare something. If not, I would have been all blabbering up here, so.
Make it funny!
So I thought I would stand here today and say a few words about one of my best friends, my brother. Over this past week, I began to think a lot about my childhood, and hold on, so let's go do this. I really began to think a lot about my childhood and my teenage years, and I began to think about all the fun times, the sad times, the exciting times, the sick times, and the quiet times. And Todd, pretty well, every memory that I have, you've been there. I feel so blessed and thankful to have had one of the best childhoods with two amazing parents and a pretty awesome baby brother. Both Todd and I had gotten a lot of comments made to us growing up of how people couldn't really understand how close we were and how well we got along. I have often told people how amazing it was to have my best friend there on Christmas mornings during vacations, snow days, watching Saturday morning cartoons, and even having chicken pox together. Pretty well where one was, the other wasn't too far behind. As we became teenagers, we both were part of the same circle of friends, and again shared many fun and unforgettable memories together. As we moved into our college years, we made the decision to be roommates. I guess we both figured that walking out from under the same roof after 18 years, and still, well, I guess liking each other, then another 3 or 4 years wouldn't hurt. Todd, even though you are my younger brother, I feel you filled the role of being my big brother pretty good too. You've stood up for me. Even when some guys said things about me that you really didn't like, you showed your karate skills and took them out. So, thank you. Little do you know, but you've helped me out in choosing my career path. When I was, 7 and just didn't know what to do with my life, you let me practice on you different career choices. You let me practice my dentist skills. You let me practice being a doctor and giving you checkups. You even let me touch your hair and practice my hairdressing skills. But thank everyone, lucky for everyone else, I only really practiced on you and realized that none of those things were what I wanted to do. But thanks. As we grew up and left home, you and I have still managed to hold out being pretty close siblings and friends. I don't know if you can remember the speech you gave at my wedding some 10 years ago, but you went on about how it would be weird when I would get pregnant. And you made a big deal out of it. And then you got choked up because you then spoke about your future niece or nephew. And even though it would have been 6 years before any of us would meet your first niece, it really spoke to me about how you would be an awesome uncle. And Madeline and Ellie are so lucky to have you as their uncle. I think everyone would agree with me, Todd, to say that you look quite handsome here today, and you look equally happy. I consider it a huge honor for you to have thought about me as the one to stand by you on the biggest stakes, one of the biggest stakes of your life. Victoria, I have been very protective of Todd over these years, very protective. And I always wanted to know about any girl that he might have been dating. And from the very first time that I met you, I knew it was different this time. Todd was himself, and he was the fun-loving, goofy, but serious, adventurous self. So thank you for being the person who helps keep those qualities in him alive. Todd, I love you. Victoria, I love you. And as I said to you, sorry. As I said to Todd today, and I wasn't going to say anything about this, but be there for each other, even through sick times and really good times. Love each other through everything. Cheers to my brother and my new sister.